think there is an amazing but demanding paradox in God's kingdom that simply says what you just heard echoed in the script we wrote. To be truly free, I think sometimes as believers, we have to choose in some ways, usually very individualized to us, very personal. Other people won't know. We have to choose in all the right ways to be bound. I think God is calling in leaders, and this is a leadership gathering. I think God is calling leaders in the 21st century to what I call a glorious form of love slavery. You may resent the term, but the Word of God doesn't resent it. It is a voluntary, please hear that, voluntary surrender of certain of our rights, of certain attitudes in life, of certain priorities, of certain ways that we can talk to people, how we have a right to treat people. It is a voluntary surrender born out of love for Jesus, not out of legalism. Because not all standards are legalistic. It involves things that in themselves will not keep people out of heaven. So get that. It's just stuff that will keep us all too often out of the center of God's heart. Because I think sometimes, because He's a Father, not just the omnipotent God, I think sometimes we break His heart before we break His commandments. Because of attitudes and priorities. There's no way could He just write everything down in the book. See, it says in Philippians 2:12, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. But I don't hear much of that anymore. And again, I understand, I'm not opening on the warm fuzzy note. I'll get more warm fuzzy tomorrow and the next day. But if you're defensive tonight, that probably means you really need this message. What's happening? It says, work out your salvation. So those of us as leaders that say, I'm not convicted about that, that's lovely, but have you checked the Word of God, and have you checked your impact on other people? Do you not know as leaders that what we allow in moderation gives liberty to those who follow us to do it in excess?